Hello and greeting to all of you, dear friends. I'm Sajid Mutaziri and I'm with you for another educational session. In the previous sessions, we became somewhat familiar with the move, rotate, and scale tools, but in this session, we want to talk about them in more details. Let's get started. As I mentioned, the shortcuts for these three tools are keys 7, 8, and 9 on your keyboard. Press 7 to activate move, 8 rotate, 9 to switch your pivot to a scale mode. I'll press key 7. Imagine I want to work with precise dimensions. We said before that you can hover your mouse over any of these axes. As soon as it highlights, click and drag to change its height. But now I want to do this more precisely, so I'll hit Ctrl plus Z. I just need to bring my mouse over this object and don't click. As soon as I see that numerical field, I type the desired number. I imagine I want to move it up by 1.5 meters. And I just type 1.5 and press enter. It moves the object up by 1.5. Now, whether this 1.5 units is meters, centimeters, or something else, we have to define that ourselves. So I press Ctrl plus P or edit preference, go to settings, tab, and click on the first option, unit system, to set my units. You can use millimeters, centimeters, meter, feet, anything you want. Usually in architectural projects, we use meters. If you happen to be doing product rendering, you might consider using millimeters. In this stage, I'll hit Ctrl Z. The pivot that activates for us in move mode gives us the possibility of movement in 3 axes. Blue, green, and red. Blue is Z, green is Y, and red is X. It also gives us the option to move in the XY plane and for free movement. And here it moves freely, detects surfaces, and places the object perpendicular to that surface for you. It also performs a rotate operation, but notice this rotation is only around the z-axis, which is the blue axis. If you want to rotate more precisely, just press key 8 or press the tab key. If you press tab, you can cycle through these three states. Now I've pressed 7 and then tab, and you can see I can just now perform rotation along this axis and along this axis in addition to the previous axis we had. So when we press tab, we essentially have an access to both the rotate option and a combined mode of the move and rotate pivot. Ctrl plus Z a few times to return to the initial state. Very good. If I press tab twice or press key 9 on my keyboard, I enter a scale mode, and now I can scale my object along different axes, make it bigger or smaller along the z-axis. And if I click on the center, it scales the object uniformly in all 3 directions, as you can see. And if you are looking for more precise numbers for these 3 tools, just open the transform panel, XYZ on the right. Here you can enter precise information. For example, I say place this object at position 0, 0, 0. It places it right at the origin for me. So Ctrl plus Z to return. We can perform rotation here. For example, I say rotate 0 degrees along the Z axis. When this object was first imported into Twinmotion, this was its angle. It was rotated later. I can press key 8 right here and manually set it to any angle I want. The same goes for scale. We can scale in different directions. For example, in the X direction, I use 100. In Y direction, 100, and Z also 100. This gives me access to the object's original dimensions. Its size is 2.17 by 0.61 by 0.64. I can come here and change its size along the z-axis to 3 meters, for example, and its length gets bigger. Ctrl plus Z. So we have covered almost all the options, the top bar. Now let's go to the other option. If I click the eye icon option and select the first option, time of the day, as you can see, I can change the time right now. The lighting in this scene tells me it's 17:05 p.m. To make this option active, you need to go to ambience and activate the ENV, which is environment mode here. Through this, we can change the different hours of the day and do different things, as you can see. And the second option was about speed, which I explained to you before. The third option takes a screenshot. This is not a render. It's just a screenshot of your viewport saved to the desktop. You can open it to see a preview of a render, but as I said, this is not the final render and its quality won't be ideal. The fourth option is the switch between pedestrian mode and drone mode. And if I'm in drum mode, I can freely press Q to go up, E go down, and press pass through different objects and enter different spaces freely, as you can see. But if I press the M key, I can enter pedestrian mode. The first change we see is the observer's eye height drops to a human eye level, and if I move and enter the scene, it's exactly as if a person is holding a camera and walking on different parts. As you can see, even walking on stones, grass, and wood has its own distinct sounds. I'll move a bit on the scene. So now if I want to enter this space, the collision state happens and it doesn't let me enter through the wall, as you can see, but I can back up a bit and enter through the door that is open. So I come forward, turn right, and we can only enter our space through the door. This is one of the most important differences between pedestrian and drone mode here. I'll go back here and look from the back, and we see the door is closed, so I can go to the front, enter through the main door. I press W, speed is slow. As soon as I enter, you see the speed increased. If you want to increase speed while moving, hold shift. I'm holding shift with W, speed increased. Now I can enter the space, and as soon as I turn back, it closes the door itself, as you can see. So, if during your work you notice that the Q and E keys, up and down movement, are locked for you, you probably accidentally hit the M key and activated the pedestrian mode. So, pay attention. We rarely use this mode while working on a project before we reach the stage of taking photos or setting up animation sequences. All right, the next option is VR. You can use Oculus headset directly and simultaneously immerse yourself in your Twinmotion project like a virtual environment. The next option allows you to see your project from different views. For example, I can go to the top view. I'm seeing the work from this view. Now, interestingly, in this mode, you can have a cut section of your subject. To do this, just click on the option below it, click to view, and you can have a cut like this. Essentially, you can present your plan in 3D. All right. Or I can switch to the front view here, see the project from this angle, back view, bottom view. Any of these views. For example, I set the front view here, I get a bit closer to the project like this. And in this same mode, I can cut my project. We can have a 3D section here. The more I increase this slider, it starts cutting the project from the end and brings the cut plane forward. Very well, those are the options related to this section, which we covered completely. There is one more option, full screen. This option is for maximizing your screen so you have more comment over your subjects. If you click on this part, it shows you that you are on a presentation. You can switch this back and, for example, switch your cameras here to different states and then continue your work. And if you want to return to the previous state, you can click this bottom exit full screen. Maybe, for example, I saved an image here and now I want to see it in maximize mode to check if it is suitable for my work or not. And again, by hitting that same button, we can return to the previous state and have all the Twinmotion tools at our disposal. Thank you so much. I hope you've enjoyed this session. Take care of yourself. Goodbye.